Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, one and all, to CWF Presents The Match Game. And here is your host, Tommy Wiseau.
Hosted by me, Tommy Wrestling Wiseau. I'm your host today. We're doing this today instead of Fanimania 7, which was supposed to be my opportunity to win heavyweight championship from current CWF heavyweight champion, Real Bonehead, and member of our panel today, Skeletor. But instead, we bringing you this social distancing show instead, where we recreate original celebrity match game. But instead of celebrity panel from original match game, we replace with our own CWF Universe performers. How'd that sound, everybody? Here, let me take off my sunglasses. Oh no. I have to wear glasses now. I'm not spring chicken anymore, you know? I'm not 18 like I was in 2003 when The Room came out, my hit movie. Okay, now, producer-san, are our contestants ready?
Absolutely! Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big warm welcome to our first contestant. Her name is Crystal.
Okay, nice to meet you very much, Crystal. And who is our second contestant today, producer-san?
Our next contestant joining us today is none other than the other half of this marriage, Jimmy.
Oh, nice to meet you too, Jimmy. Jimmy and Crystal, you guys are the CWF superfans who got engaged live on stage in front of CWF Universe at Sac Rumble in 2019. Is that right?
That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
How are you guys doing today? Still happy couple?
For now.
Oh no, okay. Well, thank you very much for joining us. You very excited to be part of first ever CWF match game?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Glad to hear it. You know, I first proposed this idea to CWF a few years ago, and now we get to do it. I'm very excited too, to host first ever CWF match game. Thank you very much for joining us, you guys. Now, producer-san, why don't you tell us who our first member of our panel of celebrity guests is?
Absolutely! Well, I'll take you to the second screen here. Ladies and gentlemen, give a warm welcome to our current CWF Heavyweight Champion of the World, Skeletor!
The mighty Skeletor graces the entire Fanimania crowd with his wonderful presence. Do you understand what today is? Today is a day unlike any other. I am 9 hours, 46 minutes, and 13 seconds away from becoming the longest reigning CWF Heavyweight Champion of the world. And I'll tell you, even if there was a Fanimania 7 today, I would wipe the floor with any poser, because I am the mighty Skeletor. Yeah!
Oh no, Skeletor, you're such a scary guy. Well, thank you very much for joining us all the way from Kingdom of Mystara.
Oh yes, you know it's the skull decor. I put a little color in there because it's a day of celebration.
Yes, that's very true. Congratulations, by the way, on being longest reigning CWF Heavyweight Champion ever.
Alright, our next person coming into the panel, he's been a former CWF champion before. He's one of the biggest men in the CWF. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Mario.
I am the biggest man in the CWF. And of course, I have to follow Discount Hordak here. But then again, who do you call on to bring the stars and change the game? You call on the OG of OMG, the Alpha of Awesome, the Omega of Entertainment, the Eternal One-Up, the very cornerstone of success, and the level that everyone in the CWF must rise to, the Super Mario!
Alright, thank you, Mario. Our next person to introduce into this panel, she's adorable. You might have played her She is a character in Smash, but also a game that everybody's playing right now. Ladies and gentlemen, straight from the island itself, welcome Isabel.
Hi everyone, it's a lovely day on the island. I've got my official Nook brand clipboard, and I'm ready for a great game.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much for joining us. Hi, Doggy.
Thank you for joining us, Isabel. Our next person coming to the panel, new to the scene, has brand new to the scene. Some of you may have seen her in the Anything Goes Belt videos, or in our other shows we've done in the past. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Ebony.
Okay, hi, what's up? This is Ebony, Darkness, Dementia, Raven Way, and I'm only here because they said that I needed extra credit so I don't fail all of my owls. Whatever.
Oh, no. Well, thank you very much for making it today, Anobi. I hope we're not interfering with any tests you must take.
I don't take tests.
Oh, you maybe should reconsider that. Okay, producer
No,
son.
that's
Who is
different
next?
crap!
Our next person coming in, he is no stranger to CWF. You might have seen him, you might have heard him. Actually, the voice is in his name. Ladies and gentlemen, give a warm welcome to the voice, Donovan Troy.
Let me correct you because obviously you got it wrong. It is the glamorous. It is the fabulous. It is the 1/6 WWZ Tag Team Champion and the best looking ring announcer, manager, and wrestling personality of all time. The voice, Donovan Troy, and all of you nerds in this room and on this panel and the so-called celebrities. I am the only celebrity here. Now rise to your feet and bow down to my greatness.
Excuse me, I'm clearly a god.
Don't talk to me, girl. Don't talk to me.
I'll talk to whoever I want!
You're ugly. You're ugly.
You're a prep.
Oh, Mr. Troy, I can tell you're not a very nice guy, but thank you for joining us anyway.
Whatever.
All right, producer son, who is last celebrity guest?
Last but not least, we have the CWF Blackout Champion herself, who fights for justice and truth. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Sailor Moon.
Sailor Moon? Is she supposed to be there right now, producer son? I think perhaps, Oh my. Is this her? Is this her arriving now? Okay, I think she is there.
Hi, I was here the whole time. Nothing happened. No, I'm here. Uh-huh.
Okay, Sailor Moon, thank you very much for making it. You are just barely not being marked late, though I will need to be having a conversation with your legal guardian, the talking cat Luna, later.
Okay, as long as you don't tell my mom. She knows I'm a problem with being late frequently at the school, to come home. Pretty much every tutoring session I've just no-showed, so... Anyway, as long as it doesn't affect my grade, I'm very happy to be here. GSJW in the house. What?
Okay, yes, thank you very much for joining us. We have 2 CWF champions on the roster today.
Yes.
And 1/6 WWZ Tag Team Champions. Thank you very much, Tommy.
And 1/1 of the CWF Heavyweight Champion.
No
Oh,
one's
Mr.
even
Troy.
talking to you.
Blah,
Mr.
blah,
Troy.
blah, 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 blah.
Mr. Troy, I wanted to tell you I have good news. I'm negotiating to make WWZ stand for Wiseau Wrestling Zone in the future.
Oh, no, you didn't. Oh, no, you didn't.
Well, that automatically has more prestige than Donovan Troy holding the belt, so that's kind of awesome.
No one was even asking you, plumber.
No one even cared what you
Okay.
said, Longwind.
Oh,
Thank you very much, panel. And now I will explain rules and we can start show. How about that?
Joe, sure.
fine.
Okay. Now, Jimmy and Crystal, you guys are our players, our contestants. The way game work is I'm going to ask one of you a question, and that question going to have a blank in it. The way game work is you going to think about how you would fill in blank, while our celebrities also consider their answers. Then we will talk a little, maybe make some jokes, and then I will have you reveal your answer. Then we check in on celebrities who have written down their answer. They will show to camera, and we will see if anybody match. If you get a match with one of celebrity panel, you get a point. Celebrity also get a point. In a way, you are playing and celebrities are also playing. But at the end, it doesn't really matter who win because we all win as part of CWF Universe. And in CWF Universe, everybody love each other. You know, I think if everybody love each other, world would be a better place. What do you think, Jimmy and Crystal?
Yeah.
Yeah, we love each other. It's great being
Okay.
a part of the CWF universe.
I'm glad to hear it. Now, who is player one, producer San?
Player 1 is Crystal.
Okay, Crystal, you ready to have first question?
Yes, I'm ready.
Now remember, do not answer right away. But here we go. Scary Skeletor is so scary. When he looks in the mirror blanks. Okay, celebrities, think about how you would answer this question about Scary Skeletor, Lord of Terror himself. Oh, who brought this music to the party? Okay, Crystal. Think about Scary Skeletor. What are your opinions about Scary Skeletor? What's on your mind?
Well, he is scary, made out of bones.
Go on. I'm listening.
Yes, go on.
What else can I say about him?
Well, he's a real bonehead. That's what I think. So
He's
tell you what.
ugly, he's slow, looks terrible in makeup. That's just a few suggestions.
He is paler than me, though.
So tell you what,
Oh, rare
Crystal.
feet, but yes. Yeah.
Tell you what, Crystal. I think it's time for you to answer. What do you think the mirror does when Scary Skeletor looks in it?
The mirror calls for Bloody Mary.
The mirror calls for Bloody Mary.
That's
Oh
my
my.
Makes
3
perfect
times.
sense.
You know, I tried that once, but all I got was a Bloody Mary.
What happens when you order from a bar with a big mirror? Never mind. Let's go.
Okay, CWF Heavyweight Champion, King of Mystara, Skeletor. I think I should call on you first. What
Oh,
do you
yes,
think?
because my answer is the correct answer. Because whenever I look in a mirror and I see my beautiful face, the mirror automatically starts cheering for me. Skeletor! Yeah! It starts chanting, Skeletor! 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 So whenever anyone answers, they're wrong, because that's exactly what it does. Including Crystal. You don't get a point.
Wow,
You know, that
delusion
is-
terrible.
You know, that is very interesting philosophical point, and you are also correct that she does not get a point, but it is because you do not match Skeletor.
Do I get a point because that's the correct answer?
No, you do not. Maybe in CWF Presents Match Game hosted by Skeletor, but not this time.
Ooh.
Okay, next up, I'm going to call on my favorite doggy on the cast, Isobel. What do you think the mirror does when Skeletor looks in it?
Well, Skeletor is pretty scary, so I would think that the mirror would ask him to throw it a bone and look a little nicer. Maybe give us a smile and don't threaten all life on everywhere.
No, sadly, I
For
think
a
that's
face.
also not a match. Though I wish that a mirror would have Skeletor throw it a bone and look a little nicer. He's a very scary guy. Okay, next up I want to hear from Mario. Mario, you have met Skeletor in the ring many times. What do you think a mirror would do if he looked in it?
Whoa, 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 whoa. Met is a strong word. More like he interferes in my stuff. He purposefully tries to keep me out because he knows that if he and I, face to face, come to blows, he will not just get knocked out, he will get reburied. So I know that every time that Skeletor looks in a mirror, it sure as hell laughs at him.
Well, I laugh at your answer because I also laugh at Skeletor when I meet him in the ring someday.
It's easy, I know.
But I don't think that is a match either with Skeletor or with the contestant. Maybe we will get a match with our next celebrity guest, the other CWF belt holder on the roster, Sailor Moon, the SJW. What do you think the mirror does?
Oh, I can only speak from experience, but every time I've seen Skeletor, I've done what the mirror probably does, which is scream!
It doesn't scream like that. It says, Skeletor!
What do you think, producer son? Calling for Bloody Mary is a little bit like screaming. Do you think that's a match?
No. No. Honestly, no.
All right, no points just yet. Maybe the next celebrity will give us a match, though, and that is everybody's favorite magical high schooler, Raven Enobi. Enobi, what do you think?
Excuse me, it's Ebony Darkness Dimension Raven Way.
Oh, sorry, yes, Ebony Darkness.
Thank you. I would say that every time the mirror sees Skeletor, the mirror cries because death is so beautiful and tragic.
How adorable.
You know, that sort of makes sense, and I might cry if I saw Skeletor also, but that is not a match with Crystal, sadly.
You're just jealous because my hair's better than yours.
You know, it probably is. Is it purple?
It is purple, like my lips.
Oh, that's
Did we
very
just get
nice.
shunted over a Project Runaway? What's going on here?
What's going on is I am better dressed than every single one of you. Look at my outfit.
Don't get me started, clearance rack. Don't get me started.
Well, tell you what, Donovan Troy.
My freaking allowance at the hot topic!
Start with me.
Tell you what, Donovan Troy, I am about to start with you because I want to hear what you think the mirror does when Skeletor looks in it.
Oh, well, this is going to be so easy because clearly, Skeletor's mirror is going to run away because Skeletor's mirror wants to see someone as glamorous and fabulous as myself and come and see me.
Okay, I think that is the end of the first round, and nobody has made a match for you, Crystal. Do you have any feelings about this?
Here's my point.
I wish I picked what Sailor Moon picked.
I wish you did too. Here, I'm going to send you psychic waves, so the next time you answer, we'll be on the same wavelength.
Okay.
Oh, while you're at it, send her the next week's lotto. She could use it.
Psychic?
Okay, that's a good idea. Now, producer son, is it time for Jimmy?
What do you think? Yes, it's time for Jimmy.
Okay, Jimmy, are you ready to play the game?
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, Jimmy, here's a question that I have for you. Matt Ishida, famous CWF villain, is so misogynist. When he walks into the CWF dressing room, everybody yell blank. Now, think about Matt Ishida. Have you seen him before?
Yeah, I guess I have. Can't quite. He's not a memorable guy.
Oh, not a memorable guy. There you go.
I agree. As much as I hate doing this show with Wazell right now, I actually agree.
So, Jimmy, I think we are ready. I'm going to put you on spot. What do you think everybody in dressing room yell out when Matt Ishida walk in?
I think they yell, "Go away, fuckboy."
Oh my, I think that's what I would yell too.
Wow.
Inappropriate.
It's strong, man. It's strong.
I like this guy.
You know, Mr. Ishida is very inappropriate, so that makes sense, Donovan Troy.
They told me I wasn't allowed to say those words.
Don't say those words. Don't
I don't
say
listen to
them.
you. You're not my mom.
My show is
Could be your
PG, so
mom.
it's in my contract. I'm not allowed to say F words. S words or B words.
What about
Well,
the
then
word
perhaps-
fat, Sailor Moon?
Call
Oh
me fat.
no. Well,
Call me fat.
then perhaps you will not be matching Miss Moon. But let's call first on, let's see, Super Mario. How about you? What do you think everybody would yell at Mr. Ishida?
Well, I spent a while studying the back tapes to find out, first of all, who Matt Ishida was, because he just doesn't make that big of an impression on anybody, it seems like. So, after looking at his win-loss record, the obvious answer to me seems to be loser.
Oh, that is pretty similar, I think. What do you think, Producer Son? Is that a match?
I approve of that answer, so point there.
Oh, yeah!
Okay, we have our first match. Now,
Hear
I
that?
want to hear
First, Donovan. First.
Yeah, that's right. He's first on the scoreboard. Now I want to hear from Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon, you said you're not allowed to say F word, so perhaps you will not get matched, but let's see if you get close.
Oh, I actually had a workaround for that. My contract says nothing about acronyms. I think that's the correct word for what I'm about to say. And basically, I thought that the whole locker room would say what I said to Matt Ishida when I beat him at Sac Anime in June to retain my Blackout Championship, which is in the name of the CFO. I think actually might be a match if you let the acronym, if you know what the F is.
I know.
What do you think, Producer
Say
Son?
F.
I'm gonna say a hard no on this one, Sailor Moon.
A hard no. Oh my, okay.
Much more of a match than Mario's.
Producer Son can be very strict sometimes. Donovan
You do
Troy.
better, Donovan Troy.
I have reasons
Donovan
too.
Troy. Donovan Troy, what do you have on your mind? I want to hear what you think they said.
Oh, no, you don't.
Clearly, the masses of the CWF universe would be chanting this all together as Matt Ishida is completely ugly. Ugly, ugly, ugly.
He's right.
He's ugly.
Bit obsessed.
I don't think that is a match, Donovan Troy, though I do at times agree with you about Mr. Ishida and his appearance. I think he could really work on his hairdo.
Among other things. Come on now.
Never mind.
Okay, now I want to hear from current CWF heavyweight champion Skeletor. Skeletor, what do you think they said in the locker room?
Oh yes, Matt Ishida. And I say that it is his digi-destiny to leave.
Oh, that is also similar, I think, to Go Away F-Boy. As Jimmy said, what do you think, Producer Son?
Since it's the same thing as Sailor Moon's in the same context, I'm gonna say no on this one.
It's worth a point. Give me a point.
Oh man, Producer Son, you never give anybody points. You okay? Let's see if we can get closer from
Somebody's an ice cream cone today. Somebody take an ice cream cone to Producer Son. He's feeling a need.
Oh yeah, ice cream is a very effective bribe. I've used that in show business many times.
Why don't you give him one of your poison mushrooms, Mario?
Because I put them in your salad, Donovan. Oh, I shouldn't have said that out loud. Sorry.
Shut up.
Speaking of ice cream, I bet everybody is enjoying an ice cream on your island with you, Isabel.
They certainly are. But first, I have to ask, did everyone fill out the proper paperwork for their swear words? We
Oh,
have to make sure we're doing this by the book.
I do not have time for that.
There is always time for proper bureaucracy. But as for the question, I think that when he walks into the room, they all ask, who is this knockoff Ash Ketchum?
Burn!
Boo!
Ow. Wow.
Wow, Isabel, that's a very good.
That's great.
That's a very good joke at Mr. Ishida's expense, but I don't think it is a match.
Oh.
Now, Raven Darkness, Ebony Dementia Way, Raven, what do you think they said to Mr. Ishida?
You're such a prep. Can't even get my name right. I would say when Matt Ishida comes in, what I would do is scream, call the wizard cops! Because I don't deal with prep straight boys like that.
Sadly, I think that is also not a match. Which brings us to...
wrong with her. Something's wrong with her.
Excuse me, there's a lot wrong with me.
Well, obviously, but who has a list of all your problems? Come on, deal with it.
Ladies,
I
to
do
our
actually have a
show.
list of all of my problems, just so you know.
Okay.
boy.
Ladies
Okay.
supposed to be demeaning, Mario?
Producers,
I'm just waiting.
this has brought us to the end of the first round, I think. Could you tell us what our scores are?
We forgot one more person. If you.
Oh, no, did I? Who did I forget?
The voice is Donovan Troy. If you know how to work your job, so.
Oh, did
Donovan
I?
answered ugly.
Right.
I did. The answer was ugly. Obviously, producer Son, if that's even your real name, do your job.
Yeah,
Good
producer
job.
Stan, give me that point that I earned.
It's my
So let's-
point.
Let's make that a chocolate ice cream cone and calm down for just
I
half a
control this entire game. If I want you out, I can do so at any time.
minute. Ooh.
Skeletor doesn't back down to anyone except Mr. Kree.
Well, it's nice to know
Okay, so
somebody
he
taught
did
you to sit up and
definitely-
beg. If only they keep you on the paper.
He did definitely give his answer, though, and you would know that if you paid more attention to this than I do in potions class, which is not at all.
Look, I had a long
Producer
night.
Stein, I think we are ready for the scoreboard. Why don't you tell us who is in the lead?
Absolutely. The current score is 1 point to Jimmy, 0 for Crystal.
All right, it sounds like Jimmy is in the lead.
Before we move on and do better in my job, we have a commercial break actually. So
Oh, is it time for a word from our sponsors?
it is absolutely time for a word from our sponsors. Before so, let's go ahead and tell everybody in chat. So we are trying to get a sponsorship with Wild Bills. You might have seen them at previous conventions at last year's Fanime, where they sell awesome mugs, custom mugs even. And we are trying to gauge at them and trying to tell them, hey, we want this. So, everybody in chat, I want you to tweet at them as you see on screen, or as we quote-tweeted it on our Twitter today or the other day. Tell them we want CWF to be a sponsor by Wild Bills. And while you're doing that, we have another commercial from our sponsors.
Hi, CWF's Billy Mays here with Cosplay Wrestling Federation, telling you to follow them on their social media. Want up-to-date news on all things CWF? Want to watch your favorite shows from the past? Want even more content like the Anything Goes Championship? Well, you should follow them on their social media. They're everywhere, on Twitch and Facebook. You think that's all? But wait, there's more. They're also on Instagram and Twitter. You must think, wow, so much value. How much am I paying? $50? No. $30? No. $10? No. A huge value of all of that is for 5 easy payments of free, and you should follow now. Facebook.com/Cosplay Wrestling Federation, Twitch.tv/CWFO, Instagram.com/Cosplay Wrestling Federation, Twitter.com/CWF News. There are no colors on the line, but the social media is on the line. Question will be available to everyone.
And we are back.
Oh, what a wonderful commercial. Producer-san, I have something very special to show.
Yes,
As we just saw, that was a commercial by Billy Mays. And if you all witnessed at Anime Expo 2019, it looked just like this at the end. Billy Mays on the ground, and the mighty Skeletor triumphant over his lifeless. But fortunately for him, he survives. We can make that wonderful ad for you all to see.
That's a pretty good drawing, Skeletor. My kid can draw.
That's a wonderful drawing.
My kid can draw better than that. Anyways, back to you, Wizzo.
Oh, thank you very much, Producer-san. How are you guys doing, Jimmy and Crystal?
Doing all right. I got 1 point.
All right.
Skeletor, you owe me $5. You said they leave during the commercial.
Well, my next question for you, Crystal, is about Phoenix Wright. Phoenix Wright, our famous former CWF champion, I think. Phoenix Wright is so fearless when he in court and the judge threw the book at him, he threw back blank. What do you think Phoenix Wright would have on hand to throw at the judge, Crystal? Have you watched Phoenix Wright before? Let me ask that. Have you seen Phoenix Wright perform before, Crystal?
Yes, I have.
Well, then let me put you on spot, Crystal. What do you think Phoenix Wright would throw a judge?
I think Phoenix Wright would throw an objection back at the judge.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. He objected many times. I've seen him before. Yes. Okay. I think I object to not including first answer on this question from everybody's favorite doggy/city manager, Isabel.
Yay!
You know Stranger to Courtroom, I think, right?
Oh yeah, there's plenty of courtroom drama, which is why I know that if he had to throw something back at the judge, it would be the entire Von Karma family.
You can have those people. It's not like it's anything special.
Somebody really assumes that Phoenix does leg day a lot.
Wow. Yeah, they very heavy when combined. He must be very strong if he can throw entire Von Karma family at Judge. Okay, I don't think that a match, though. Let me see if we can get a match from another very strong guy, everybody's favorite plumber, Mario.
Well, as people know, if you followed CWF long enough, Phoenix Wright and I have a fraught history. Sometimes we've been on the same side, sometimes on different sides. But I will not fault the man's resilience. I know for sure that when the judge throws the book at him, he will come back with the truth.
Oh, yes. Phoenix Wright is a very forthright and honest individual. I have met him on many occasions.
I love truth.
I want
Yes,
to
I
ask
also-
you.
Yes, I also love Mr. Truth. Okay.
The
Let
European
me see if I got this right this time. Anobi Darkness Dementia Ravenway.
Close enough, as long as it's not Mary Sue.
Just want to
Okay.
barge in here real quick. We didn't get a yes or no from you, Tommy, if you're doing your job, for Mario. Was that a point or no?
Oh, no. The truth, I'm going to say... I'm going to say objection and truth. I don't know. What do you think, Producer San? I'm
It's
leaning towards
not.
no.
I'm going to say it is, in spite of Skeletor. Ha ha ha.
Oh, okay. Well, that is a match. Objection with the truth. He does usually object with the truth. That is right.
What?
Yeah,
we
that's
are
code.
losing.
If you interrupt me again, by the way, I am gonna burn your house down.
Just try me.
And I'm
Who
gonna
needs
play
that?
FTR and Dance in the Ashes. Anyway, I would say when the judge throws the book at Phoenix Wright, he would throw back an objection, just like the poser prep that he is. Sad face.
Oh, I think that is also a match, Producer San. What do you think?
That is correct.
All right, I got a point.
We have our third point of the game.
Yeah.
Excellent work. I will be informing your professors at Hogwarts of your performance here today.
Oh my god! Great! Finally! God, I can't wait to get out of this place.
All right. Now, no stranger to scary castles, Mr. Skeletor, what do you think of this question? What do you think Phoenix Wright would throw at the judge?
Well, this is what would happen. The judge would get furious, and he would throw a book at Phoenix Wright. But Phoenix Wright knows where to hit him where it hurts. His pocketbook. So he'd yell out an objection, and then hit him with a cease and desist order.
Wow, this is another objection-based response. Producer San, is this another match?
This is indeed a match.
Oh
Yes.
my goodness.
Give me that guy's point. I deserve that guy's point.
No, I earned mine. You earned yours for once.
Wow, that's very
You're
good.
all
Okay,
cheating. You're all
Crystal.
cheating.
You are accumulating many points here in this round.
Yay.
Donovan Troy, did you have something to say? What do you think Phoenix Wright would throw at the judge?
Well, obviously, the judge is a very violent man. He's throwing a book at Phoenix Wright, who happens to be the best-looking lawyer in all of Ace Attorney history. Clearly, Phoenix Wright would throw a briefcase right back at the judge. How dare he throw a book at him?
I'm sensing Donovan Troy getting a letter from the Von Karma family soon.
Briefcase to the judge's face.
Mr. Phoenix Wright, Mr. Phoenix Wright does travel everywhere with his briefcase. This is true.
Exactly.
Okay, see you in a little bit.
A briefcase. He throws a briefcase at the judge. Winner. Point. Give me a point, people.
No, I don't think this is going to be a match, Mr. Troy.
I think you should give the point that you get to Mario to Mr. Troy.
You have something very deeply personal against me. Want to settle it at some point?
This brings you with the chair at Sac Anime.
Oh, remember that? That was wonderful.
Same invitation goes to you, Fashion Hog.
This brings us to last celebrity on panel. Sailor Moon, Queen of Universe.
That's me. I'm here, guys. I'm paying attention.
Yes, put away snacks. We in class now. What do you think Phoenix Wright would throw at judge?
Oh, I had to research Phoenix Wright because I made my debut at Fanimania 5 when he was champion. I found a hilarious video that implied he returned by throwing a boot to the head.
I'd like
Oh
to
my
see
goodness, a boot to the head. I have often wanted to throw a boot at the head of certain judges in recent legal proceedings, but I have not enjoyed this in my lifetime. However, that is not a match, sadly, even though I might often think of this myself. Producer San, this brings us to end of round, I think. What are our scores?
Well, if you've been paying attention to the scores, Tommy, the score is 3 Crystal to 1 Jimmy.
Fixed.
You have to let me win.
It's rigged. Producers are rigging the game.
That was a very impressive performance, Crystal. You scored 3 points. How do you feel?
As a reminder, happy life, happy wife.
Ouch.
Remember that.
Damn.
Well, Jimmy, are you ready for your turn? See if you can even things up a little?
Absolutely, Tommy. Let's do it.
Okay, Jimmy. Here is question for you. Lasheda Ducree, owner of CWF and general manager. Miss Lasheda Ducree is so luscious. When she walk into room and flip her hair, CWF universe flips blank. Now, you've seen Miss Lashada Dupree many times, am I right, Jimmy?
Yes. Always the center of attention when she enters the room.
I'm glad to hear it. Miss Lashada is very popular. So I think when she enters the room, the audience would probably flip something. Now, what do you think, Jimmy? What would audience flip?
I think the audience would flip head over heels for Miss Lashada Dupree.
Yes, I know I have flipped head over heels for her many times. So, let's see what our celebrity panel thinks. First, I'm going to call on the glamorous voice himself, 1/6 of Wiseau Wrestling Zone Tag Team Champions, Golden Voice, Donovan Troy.
You almost got it right. You almost got it right, Tommy. If that's even your real name, let me tell you. Glamorous and fabulous, Donovan Troy. Clearly, Miss Lashada Dupree. She is the most glamorous and the most fearless. She's the most ferocious CEO, general manager, owner, operator of Cosplay Wrestling Federation, and one of the people who hired me specifically to be here tonight.
2-hour show, buddy.
No one was talking to you.
Now shut up, you dumb plumber.
I know, you're taking all the time. Come on, speed this up.
Obviously, the fans of the CWF universe, they would flip for her love. Because Lashada loves the CWF universe and all the money they give her.
Oh, I think that might be pretty close to a match. What do you think, Producer Son?
As indicated a minute ago, I'll push it again several more times, but you are wrong, Mr. Donovan Troy.
What are you talking about?
Oh, no.
This is a match. I want my point. I'm going to call my lawyer.
I'm doing it again. I'm pushing the wrong answer again.
Right?
Oh, can you hear that? No, you can't? No, fuck you.
Mr. Troy, if you need a lawyer, I know many of them, but I don't think I can give you any of their phone numbers. They don't like me very much. All right, next I want to hear from, again, everybody favorite magical high schooler, Ebony Darkness. Ebony, what do you think the audience would flip when Miss Lashada flipped her head?
I think when Miss Lashada flips her hair, the audience would flip up their middle fingers at her because nobody has bigger and better bobs than Ebony Darkness Dementia Raven Way. I'm just saying.
Wow. Coming for Miss Lashada over her hair.
I'm gonna come for you, Tommy, for calling Ebony everyone's favorite magical high schooler. I'm pretty hurt.
Oh, it's so wonderful. I can feel the tension.
What, are you gonna cry?
No.
Big cry, baby.
Bunch of negative people in the space today.
Empathy is in right now. Joke's on you. I'm gonna eat my feelings.
Good.
Oh my, Miss Raven, I don't think that is a match, though that was pretty good. Now, I want to hear from, let's see, current CWF Heavyweight Champion and Real Bonehead, Skeletor. What do you think?
Well, of course, this is what would happen. Every single person, when Miss Decree makes her grand entrance, every single person in the CWF audience flips open their wallets and they make it rain in her presence.
You know, I will.
Did you just call Lashada Dupree an exotic dancer?
No!
Because it sounds like you just called her an exotic dancer.
You know, that is a certain similarity there that Mario is calling out. I don't think that is a match, though, Mr. Skelly. Let's see. I want to hear from my other favorite magical high schooler, Sailor Moon, what do you think audience flips when Miss Lashada walk in?
At Fanimania, they don't usually have these except for on the stage, but if there was one present, the audience would definitely flip the tables.
Yes, that's my favorite arcade game, I think, but it is not a match, sadly. Let's see.
I'm failing in this like I'm failing in English? Dang it.
And his favorite
Oh,
magic
I can get to swearing.
Obviously, you're a failure, Sailor Moon.
Don't worry, Sailor Moon. In CWF Match Game, nobody fails. This class is pass-fail, and it is entirely based on your attendance, because the rules to the class are simple, and you have already passed by showing up.
Even though you're the only one who showed up late.
I'll always be there because I'm the one named Sailor Moon.
Yeah, well, Professor Dumbledore is gonna freak out because he didn't think I could pass, but I can.
Show him, girl.
Yes, that is very good point.
You shut up.
You shut up!
Oh,
Guys,
you
say
shut
civil.
up.
Everybody shut up! Oh my god!
Calm.
So much.
All right. Now that everybody has shut up, I can call on Super Mario to answer question. Super Mario, what do you think CWF Universe flips?
Well, Lashada Decree has always been one of those people that inspires a lot of emotions in a lot of people. And unlike Discount Hordak here, I have a little bit more esteem for the lady. So, and on top of which, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but apparently, even though I am a full-grown man dating a princess, I have a mind similar to some high schooler. I said that people would flip tables when Lashada walks into the room.
Gosh, that's a point!
That is a match with Sailor Moon, but I don't know if we award points for this. Producer-san, what do you think?
The match must be with the answer or close to it. So, Mario, unfortunately, no. Your
Hey, fair
answer
point, brother.
does not.
Fair point. I can't tell if you're smiling or not because you have no lips. And you did 1/20th of the work for 1/6 of the titles. You get out and do anything for yourself?
Shut up! I'm always there for the title defenses of the WWZ Tag Team titles. I'm a true champion. Where's your belt?
Where is your belt, Mr. Mario?
I tell you what, y'all want to face me, you're holding my belts.
No. No. You
Step
have no
up.
family. You have no
Step up
partners.
or step off. Oh,
Well, no.
you want to meet him?
Now, gentlemen, now I want to hear from somebody else. I want to hear from her Island Paradise, Isabel. Isabel, you have met Miss Lashada Dupree many times, I think, yes?
Mm-hmm. So, can I change my answer? Because Skeletor and I were really on the same wavelength. I said that they would flip their wallets to buy all of the wonderful CWF merchandise we have available. But since that was already said, I just drew a photo of me with the contestants.
Oh, that is very nice of you, Isabel.
Someone has time on their hands.
Draw me next! Draw me next!
Ooh, yay! Gladly.
Isabel, I think that is a match with me because I also love the CWF universe, but I don't think it is a match with
It is a match with me, right? So I get a point.
No, we've been over this, Skeletor. We do not match with each other, only with Jimmy and Crystal.
No, it's just with the Mario doesn't get the point. I get the point, and Isabel can give me her point.
You have no idea how this works. You're so stupid.
Stupid, yet
We
covered in
only
gold.
have brain.
The smell is unbearable. Do you ever bathe?
Okay, producer-san, let's see. Is there anybody left who I have not called on?
You called on everyone. You actually got it right this time.
Okay, great. Glad to hear it.
First time for everything.
Producer-san, why don't you tell me what are the scores? How are our contestants doing?
The scores didn't change. It's still 3 Crystal, Jimmy 1.
Are you sure about that, producer-san? I thought we had a match with Jimmy earlier.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Okay.
Why are you taking notes?
So funny.
He's a bit busy.
So, producer-san, with that in mind, what is scoreboard?
The scoreboard has been updated. Give me 1 second, actually, here. But the score is now Crystal 3 and Jimmy 2.
Okay, congratulations, Jimmy. You getting close to tie. Producer-san, are we ready for another question?
Absolutely. Let her rip.
Sounds like a porta pod at Coachella.
Okay, Crystal, this one going to go to you.
Okay.
This one is about our very own Donovan Troy. He joining us today. Donovan Troy. Donovan Troy is so glamorous and fabulous. When he walk out of the Sun Valley Mall near Pacheco Square Garden, he's holding blank. Now, Donovan Troy, you have seen him many times in CWF shows, is that right? Is that right, Crystal?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Glad to hear it. Now, what do you think Donovan Troy would be holding as he walks out of the mall? What is on your mind?
I think Donovan would be holding the 1/6 belt that he's holding right now.
Oh, yes, he does take that everywhere with him, I think.
Way to play to his ego.
Mr. Troy, since you are subject of question, perhaps we should hear from you first. When you walk out of mall, what are you holding?
Obviously, when I am walking down any aisleway, any convention floor, any wrestling arena throughout Pacheco Square Garden and the universe around, I am carrying my UWZ Tag Team Championship because I'm a proud champion and I won these with my team, Glamorous and Fabulous Enterprises, and Super Mario is still a loser. Yeah.
Wow,
A
I think
loser
that
who
is
stomped the heck out of your hand.
very good, Donovan. That is a perfect match, I think. And congratulations, Crystal. Let's see. Next, I want to hear from Isabel. Isabel, what do you think Mr. Troy would be holding?
Well, clearly, he would be holding hands with his one friend, Matashita.
I missed a memo.
No, you didn't.
Wow.
No, you didn't.
That was
There's
pretty
the
darn
nearest
good.
dog pound.
Isabel, I
There's
love you
the
so
nearest
much.
Dog pound.
Donovan, I didn't know you had a friend. That's great.
That is
Oh, that's
so
really sweet.
Boys
Don't
holding hands.
choose.
So cute. Oh my
You're
god.
gonna need aloe for that burn, dude.
Sadly, I think that is not a match, Isabel, though I do appreciate your answer.
Thank you.
Let's hear from Mario. Mario, what do you think Donovan is holding?
Well, I know it's difficult for him to hold it because he's still dealing with a wrist injury from the time he interfered in one of the matches at East Bay Pro Wrestling, and some wildly savage man jumped up and stepped on his hand. I think that might have been me, but I'd have to look at the tapes. But I also know what kind of ego he has. He loves to carry things he didn't work for. So I said he'd walk out of the mall with a toy title he bought with his own little lunch money.
Ooh,
You know, I think that is pretty close to correct literally, but based on spirit of answer, I cannot say that that is match.
Yeah.
And
Worth
buy
it.
these.
Worth it.
Yes, it could have been worth it still. Okay, now, Ebony Darkness, why don't we hear from you? What do you think he is holding?
Excuse me, my name is Enemy, not Ebony. Anyway, I think that Donovan Troy would be holding a bunch of stupid Power Ranger stuff for stupid children. Because I know that's what he likes.
Oh,
What's
no.
wrong with you?
I already told you I have a list. I'll send it to you later on MySpace. You have a MySpace, right?
There's
Oh.
something personal going on here.
You don't have a MySpace? You're so...
Oh.
That is so uncool. Oh my god.
Let me guess, you still use Netscape Navigator for your web browser, right?
Of course, it's the gothest one.
Oh my
I can say
god.
yes to that.
At least I know who stole my AOL disc.
Yeah.
Well, I think that is not a match, everybody. So now I want to hear from Skeletor. Skeletor, what do you think?
Well, of course, Mr. Donovan Troy and I have very similar, kind of similar egos, in that we always walk around with our title. And if he is anything like the mighty Skeletor, he has his own minions, so he will be walking out with his title, and his minions will be carrying his bag. That's what
You
I
know,
God. Pretty good.
you know, Skeletor, that is impressive. You and Donovan Troy gave same answer. And also, both of you match, I think. What do you
Of
think,
course.
son?
Who knew that posers who
always
don't defend their
care about
titles think alike?
And
And
with,
now, will Sailor Moon do the same, or does she treat her title like it's...
as indicated on the screen, I have, yes, that is a point. Skeletor gets the point.
Yeah! Leaving the
Okay. And now, last but certainly not least, Queen of Universe in future, I think, Sailor Moon. What do you think Donovan Troy is holding?
Before I answer, I just have to say, I tried to defend my title, okay? I've been trying over and over again to get a con scheduled so that I can defend this baby. Unfortunately, they all got canceled, which is the one thing I cannot fight by moonlight, okay? So, come for me. Second of all, I think I have another match because I wrote a belt he didn't win himself.
Oh, I don't know. What do you think, producer son? Is this also a match?
Didn't earn that one.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering about that too. The title is in the answer, but it's not
What?
exactly right. I'm gonna go no.
I get like a half point.
Maybe I'll give you a quarter of a point. Does that help?
You know what? I'll take it.
I mean, we can settle it. Let's ask him. Who scored the pinfall for that thing you're holding?
Listen, I was at ringside. I am a manager of champions, and I have the glamour rule, which means every member of Glamorous and Fabulous Enterprises are tag team champions.
Okay, man, this isn't the White House. You could just answer the straight question.
I team won, therefore I am the champion. That is all that needs to be said. Where's
Okay.
your title?
Okay, so the correct answer is not him.
Okay, I think we are going to go with the 1/4 point solution for Miss Moon.
Thank you. Thank you.
And does that bring us to end of round, producer son?
Yes, it does. At the moment, we have Crystal ahead of Jimmy, 4.25 points to Jimmy's 2.
Okay. Well, we have yet another opportunity for Jimmy, I think, to even up score, perhaps. Jimmy, are you ready?
I am ready.
You got your thinking cap on?
Yes.
Okay. This question is about everybody's perhaps least favorite CWF management character, Mr. Hiki.
Ooh.
Mr.
Skin crawled
Hiki,
already. Ugh.
Mr. Hiki is so humiliated all the time. When the CWF universe yell at him to shut up, he yelled back, blank. Now you have seen Mr. Hiki get told to shut up before. What are his usual responses? What comes to mind for you?
Personally, I don't like Mr. Tricky at all. He's so annoying.
That gets around.
Oh, producer son.
You can't imagine the hell how to deal with him behind the scenes. Look, every time I try to produce something, or when I'm trying to give a different camera angle, he comes in with his head and his stupid glasses, and he just destroys the place. I swear
Wow.
to God, I wish he was fired. I really do.
I will say
Something tells me we're going to see producer Son and Kiki on Maury Povich soon.
Some of those snacks, Sailor Moon, you big hog. I want some of those cookies.
Are there
What do you
cookies?
think, Jimmy?
Toast
What would
These
Mr.
cookies?
yell?
Kiki's the kind of guy who would not take the blame. He'll say it's not his fault.
Okay, yes. I think I have heard him yell that sort of thing before. Now, I'm going to
Howard.
first call on Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon, you have encountered Mr. Hiki at past Fanimania shows, perhaps? Fanimanias?
Keep your hands off the cookies. She's still there.
Now, when CWF Universe yells at him to shut up, what would he yell back, do you think?
Oh, this is something I'm quite used to yelling every time I come home late or fail a test or get into an argument with my Earth family, which is, "You're not my real mom!"
I have questions.
Yes, that might be something that he would yell back. But no, that is not a match, Sailor Moon, I must say.
Oh, it was worth a shot. Quarter point? Half point?
No, not this time, Sailor Moon. Next, I want to hear from Donovan Troy. Golden Voice Donovan Troy. What do you think, Mr. Hiki?
Oh, strap in, people. We're going to be here a while.
Clearly, Mr. Hiki has a lot of problems with his job. Why the CWF management hasn't got rid of him yet is beyond me. But when the CWF universe yells at Mr. Hiki, which is very, very often, Mr. Hiki just cries. That's all he does. He's a big crybaby. He cries all the time. Cries more than Sailor Moon does.
Nobody cries more than I do. You take that back.
He cries
nobody
more.
cries more than I do because I am the gothest and the most emo in this room.
No,
Do you
you're
guys need
just
a break?
sad.
Blood doesn't mean I'm not
There's
depressed.
so much happening up there.
You're just sad. You don't cry. You're just sadness. Hiki
Yeah,
cries.
that's right. I am sadness and darkness.
Okay, I
That's a point.
don't
That's a point.
I don't think that is a point for you, Mr. Troy, because you didn't say any words, and Jimmy's response had several words in it. That said, perhaps Ebony Darkness Dementia Ravenway has a match with you. What do you think, NOB? What would Mr. Hiki say?
I think when the CWF universe tells Mr. Hiki to shut up, he says, okay, because nobody wants to hear him talk, not even himself.
That may be a good response, but it is not a match, sadly.
I
Hate all of you.
hate you more.
Next,
God.
let's turn to CWF Heavyweight Champion, Skeletor. Skeletor, how are you doing?
I'm doing fabulous, and I'll tell you that it seems that me and Mr. Troy are on the same wavelength. Because Mr. Hiki wouldn't even say anything back. He would just cry to everyone. But I want to take a little play out of Isabel's playbook. Since he already took my answer, I went ahead and wrote a second answer that I completely wrote before he gave his answer. He would say, "It's not my fault." End quote.
Are we allowed to change answers midstream here? I thought we had to stick with what we wrote.
I
Some
would like
conviction.
to, Mario.
Some
If you got a problem with
Hush.
me, take it up with Isabel.
It's okay. He filled out the proper paperwork for it.
Skeletor, I appreciate your open-mindedness with respect to the rules. Producer-san, what do you think? Do we give him the match?
No. And the only reason why I give Isabel... no. The
A
only-
quarter point.
no.
someone does
Point
No.
0.01 points.
No. The only reason why I give Isabel a pass because she's cute.
Well, you know what? It's not
Yeah.
someone that doesn't like
Excuse
no one
me.
likes you.
You guys are biased against goths.
I agree with Miss Ebony.
What's a goth?
You seriously need to put you through sensitivity training, man.
You hang out with Doomslayer, you should probably know
How
this.
good of a secretary can you be?
Okay, in that case, I think we are going to move on and say that is not a match, Mr. Skeletor. And next I will call on Isobel. Isobel, what do you think?
Well, I think that when the audience yells it at him, he responds by saying that they should replace him and hire Isabel instead.
Wow.
What?
Such a smart girl. Such a smart girl. Yes, you are.
Eager to develop
Yes,
your
you are.
skills.
I'd hire Isabel.
You're not even qualified.
I don't even care if I win now. This is just a good day.
Maybe
Not
if you
even
dye your hair.
Very good, Isobel, though that is not a match.
She's a better blonde than Matt.
Wow.
You're going to get in trouble.
Next, I want to hear from Mario. Mario, what do you think?
Well, I think that Skeletor and Donovan Troy like to think they're on some kind of special level. One, they forget that I have been CWF champion, and at least I showed up to all my defenses. You, so far, have missed a couple. And you, Donovan, you also forget that I am a manager of champions myself, the Mr. Bad Intentions himself, Patrick Fitzpatrick, formerly the Extreme Champion of Supreme Pro Wrestling. But the other reason I say that they are not as special as they believe they are is because when Kiki yells back at the crowd, he doesn't yell anything coherent. He yells cries of anguish.
It's funny that three of you managed to match each other, but nobody among you managed to match Jimmy.
Oh, Jimmy's not very smart, obviously.
Certainly not a Jimmy Neutron, this guy.
Bring it on, Jimmy. Bring it on, Jimmy.
Don't worry, Slim Jim. Everybody loves you, man.
Thanks,
At least one person says so.
Did you forget he's married, or?
With that, Producer Son, I think we are at the end of the round. Producer Son, why don't you tell us the scoreboard?
The current scoreboard is Crystal is still ahead with 4 1/4 point, ahead of Jimmy's only 2.
Okay, are we ready for another question?
Sure.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Whatever.
Okay. Producer Son, okay, Crystal, my question for you. Billy Mays, CWF personality. Billy Mays is such a good businessman, he can sell anything. He even sold current CWF Blackout champion, Sailor Moon, blank. Now, Billy Mays, he sold so many things in his life. He sold flex tape. I bought very much flex tape. I fixed so many boats with it.
What?
Now, Crystal, what do you think Billy Mays sold to Sailor Moon, current CWF Blackout champion?
I'm sending you the answer.
The psychic communication, is it working, Crystal?
Do it. I believe in you.
Crystal, still there?
Say it again.
Do you need more time? Because we.
I think she said toast.
Toast? Did he sell her toast? Sailor Moon does eat a lot of
toast. Or is
toast.
she having a stroke? What's going on?
Toast? Toast is the answer. Okay. I have certainly seen Sailor Moon eat a piece of toast once or twice. Well, Sailor Moon, what do you think? Is that what Billy Mays sold you?
I mean, if he did try to sell it to me, I would buy it because food is food, and I'm not that picky. If it's not vegetables, I will eat it. But That's not, unfortunately, what I wrote. I worked really hard on this one because it took me a while to think, what would I buy? Billy Mays. And this has to be something unexpected, right? Like, I don't know, something I couldn't possibly need, right? I said, no magic items. Like this magical shoehorn, or, this magical hanger, or
Your
magical
magic
iced tea.
snack.
I can tell if it's magic or not. I'm a wizard.
The shoehorn is definitely magical, though.
Well, Sailor Moon, I think that is not a match, so no points will be scored for Crystal off of your answer, but let's see if anyone else answered toast.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm toast.
That's okay, Sailor Moon. You are still in the game, along with everybody else.
Fair point.
Okay, Skeletor. Perhaps you answered toast? What do you think?
Mister, I have this. As we have all seen, Sailor Moon has been snacking on everything this whole hour we've been doing this thing. So I think that she's maybe running out at this point. So you would sell her more food to snack on during the match game. We can pick up all that chewing, Sailor Moon. For a guy who doesn't have ears, I can still hear out of it.
I would like to put it on the record that Skeletor just admits that he stalks 16-year-old girls.
Actually, I'm 14. Not that makes it any better.
Oh, even better. You sick
really
weirdo.
Buff dudes without shirts. I go for everyone.
Can we get Phoenix Wright on the line?
Calling the wizard
Okay, producer-san, why don't you tell me? That answer is fairly close because it is about food. Is this a match?
This indeed is a match.
Yeah! Somebody's gonna try to breathe and wins! Yeah!
You sick bastard.
Yeah, Skeletor knows me better than I know myself.
Oh, Crystal choice.
That's why Skeletor is the champion of the CW.
Very good, Skeletor. You have scored a point. Let's see if Isabel has any responses that are similar. Isabel, you have many snack foods there on the island, yes?
Oh, plenty. But sadly, I can't have any of the chocolate ones. Well, if I had to think of something that he would sell Sailor Moon that she wouldn't want, well, there's only one thing that I think of that could possibly make her even the slightest bit better, and that's a new alarm clock so she can actually show up on time.
When you get called out by Isabel, you know you messed up.
You suck, Sailor Moon.
Oh, I'm just eternally tardy.
Oh, that's very
The alarm
good,
clock hasn't
Isabel.
worked in years. It's stuck on the same time.
That's very good, Isabel, but I don't think that's going to be a match. Let us see, however, if Donovan Troy has given us a match. Donovan, you seemed like you had something to say.
Can't even get a Tinder match.
You know what? No one was even talking to you.
But
The
they
only
enjoy it.
person that needs to love me is me, myself, and I. Okay? And
the only person who will
besides,
do it.
Glamorous
about
and
yourself in the
Fabulous
fourth person.
Enterprises loves me. And so does all the Pacheco peasants. Pacheco Square Garden. But clearly, Billy Mays, who is an expert salesperson, has sold many wonderful items to the universe and then some, would desperately need to sell this Sailor Moon, and that's diet pills, because all Sailor Moon does is eat, and her outfit is looking a little tight, a little worn out. She needs diet pills so she could fit into her, her suits better.
Okay,
It's a
okay.
match.
First of all,
It's a
I
match.
am thick with two C's. It is very trendy right now. I'm
No.
a trendsetter. I like big buns, and I cannot lie.
I
You know what is trendy? Skin and bones without the skin.
Oh, you've been to Beverly Hills recently?
Ew.
It's an unrealistic standard of beauty for anyone to conform to, dude.
Yes, I
it's a
don't think any of us. I don't think any of us can follow the Skeletor diet.
I think it's
Also,
I think
very
it's a match,
simple.
Tommy. Tommy
You're
is a
already doing
match.
it.
All y'all need to get on what I've been doing, which is blood. Because it keeps me looking really hot. Because I'm a vampire.
Does it count as a Skeletor diet if I eat bones?
Maybe.
We may have to add a 13 to the rating of this show soon.
I don't get it.
Tommy, that was a
Alright.
match. Moon needs diet pills. Give me a point.
sadly, Mr. Troy, you are not trying to match Sailor Moon, nor are you trying to match any sort of idea of what is a correct universe in your what is a correct answer in your universe. We live in Tommy's universe now, and that is not a match. That said, Ebony Darkness Dementia Ravenway perhaps has
Excuse
something.
me, I'm sorry. That's actually changed. My name is Ebony Darkness Dementia Terra Way because my friend Raven is a bitch and she never gave me my poster back.
Oh, okay. I'll be sure to update my blogs about it. Okay.
Sure.
That said, what do you think Billy Mays sold to Sailor Moon?
Well, I guess he's an okay salesman, so he would probably sell just the best breakfast that anyone has ever eaten, which is Count Chocula.
Oh, now I'm hungry again. Dang it.
That has chocolate in it.
Gotta get those diet pills ready.
Yeah, that is the ones I get from Hufflepuffs.
Diets, not diets.
I don't think that is a match either, because that is too specific. So, that said, let us see what Mario has to say. Mario, what do you think the answer is?
Well, first of all, I think that both Donovan and Skeletor are way too concerned about what goes in a schoolgirl's mouth. But Billy Mays has a habit of trying to sell people things they can barely use at all. And after seeing what kind of care Sailor Moon takes of herself, I thought Mays would be the guy that had enough guts to try and sell her hair extensions.
I don't think I would buy those. I got plenty.
Good try.
That is certainly something that one
I know,
might
but,
think
you know.
Sailor Moon buys, but it is not a match, Mr. Mario.
It's all natural.
Oh.
This is my hair.
I never said that they weren't natural. I said he tried to sell them. Calm.
Producer son, I think that is the end of this round. Is that correct?
Yes, indeed, that is the end of this round.
Okay, why don't you give us the scoreboard?
The score is currently 5.25 points for Crystal, and only 2 for Jimmy.
And how about the mighty Skeletor? Skeletor now has 3 points, leading the pack.
Sadly,
The joke is
Skeletor.
getting old, Skeleton.
Yes, sadly, Skeletor, you are not one of the contestants in this game. You are on Celebrity Panel.
I know, but I still have 3 points.
I just got word from the higher-ups that apparently this is the end of the game. So, I got a thing to do later on today, actually, Tommy, so you can wrap it up real quickly. That'd be great.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, unfortunately, Jimmy, I think we are going to go out on this. But at the end of the game, the winner, remember, is all of us, because we are all part of CWF Universe. And in CWF Universe, everybody love each other. Tommy thinks that if everybody loved each other,
Me, Skeletor.
the world would be a better place. So, Jimmy and Crystal, thank you very much for joining us. One at a time, I am going to say goodbye to each of you and then our celebrity panel. Jimmy and Crystal, do you have anything that you want to say to the CWF universe?
That is a rousing statement.
Yes, that's a no. Okay, Jimmy and Crystal, thank you very much for coming on. All right, now Isabel. Isabel, thank you for joining us. Isabel.
Thank you for having me. This was such a lovely show, and I'm so glad I got to be here with all of you guys. I'm sure this was all in good fun and nobody actually hates each other, right? Right? Aw.
We'll send a
I
memo
love
on
you
that.
too.
Perhaps we will find out more at Fanimania 8.
See you there. Bye.
Goodbye, Isabel. Now, Donovan Troy, thank you very much for joining us. Golden Voice Donovan Troy. Do you have any last words for CWF Universe on this Memorial Day show?
So obviously, all of the viewers on the interwebs of the CWF universe, they want to see more of Donovan Troy. They want to see more of their WWZ Tag Team Champion. They want to see more of Glamorous and Fabulous Enterprises, and they can by following East Bay Pro Wrestling on all social media interwebs, and follow a very special link on our East Bay Pro Wrestling social media sites, where you could follow us on our new online show called Sanitize, where you could see us being totally hot, sizzling, fantastic, and fierce. I know you will, and I can't wait to see you there. Mwah. Goodbye, universe. We'll see you next time.
Okay. Thank you very much, Golden Voice Donovan. Now let me see if I can get this right. NOB, Darkness, Dementia, Tearaway.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. NOB, any last words for CWF Universe from the most goth contestant?
Okay, I'm actually kind of starting to like you. You seem to, you get me. You get me, man. And you have long black hair, so that's kind of cool. I would just say thanks, I guess, for coming, and also, do I get my extra credit?
Yes, you do. I will be having a word with Headmistress McGonagall.
Okay, cool, because I gotta go talk to that bitch Raven and see if I can get my frickin' sweater back.
Okay, good luck. Perhaps transmogrify her into a newt.
I will. I'm gonna transmogrify her into dead person.
Oh no.
Whatever.
Okay, Super Mario, do you have anything to say as we sign off on this first ever CWF match game?
Yes, I am glad for everyone tuning in. Thank you very much for coming by. At the same time, you can follow yours truly on social media at CWF Mario on Instagram. On Facebook, I am the one and only Mario. On TikTok, I am one and only Mario. And soon there will be new social media appearances by myself, Peach, Daisy, and Luigi, all of La Familia, on both Instagram Live and on several videos on TikTok and Facebook. You can mock all you want because no one likes you. You can't even make clones of yourself to love you. Thank you very much, everybody, and look forward to me slapping the hell out of both Donovan and Skeletor at different shows upcoming as soon as allowable.
Okay, and let's see. Next, I want to say goodbye to Sailor Moon, Queen of the Universe. Sailor Moon, we're not going to go out on you, I think. What do you have to say to CWF Universe?
I just want to say that I know times is hard, times, and all that. But I'm fighting for love and justice, and you should fight too. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay indoors, wear your masks, eat your vitamins, and do your homework. The moon says, see ya!
All right, and Skeletor,
Yeah,
last but not
Mr.
least.
Russo, let me go ahead and introduce myself for this final second. Your CWF champion, Skeletor, would have loved to debut and defend his CWF championship at Fanimania 7 this year. Unfortunately, circumstances happened, so Skeletor will return. Skeletor will defend this. Who knows? Maybe Fanimania 8, you will see Skeletor defend against everyone. But the real thing is this. I want everyone in the chat, since I won't be able to hear all the people chanting. I want everyone in the chat to spam Skeletor, Skeletor, Skeletor! Because we all know that in exactly 8 hours, 25 minutes, and 14 seconds, Skeletor becomes the longest reigning CWF champion of all time! Yeah!
Oh, perhaps I jumped the gun when I announced you as longest reigning champion ever earlier. Well, I hope you retain for another 8 hours. And now, Producer Son, we are ready to end the show. Thank you, everyone in CWF Universe who tuned in. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Consider checking out CWF in future if you see us at conventions in your local area. And that's all. Goodbye from me, Tommy Wrestling. Everybody, stay safe. Producer Son, take us out.
Thank you everyone who watched the stream today. Now, before we truly end the show, we got one more request, one more thing that I believe the CWF Universe needs to do. And that is, please tweet at Wild Bills. Let them know we want to be sponsored. Let them know that we want their products with CWF. Can you imagine? Skeletor mugs, Mario mugs, CWF branded mugs. We need to make this happen, ladies and gentlemen. So tweet at them. You see the Twitter right on your screen. Let them know that we want you to let them know that we want this. With that being said, thank you very much. And this has been CWF Presents The Match Game. Good. I'm going to drink. Screw this job.